Hello everyone and welcome to Diamond Paintings with Mike, with me your host Mike. My name is Mike and I am a diamond painting specialist who specialises in all sorts of wonderful paintings, and as you can see, today's painting that we're going to be working over several weeks is going to be the one that I bought from the Works, which is obviously two London Routemasters and then obviously Tower of London, it's a Tower of London telephone box here. Now, before obviously we start, the first thing you need to do is to obviously, if you've got yourself a light board, which is what this is obviously make sure it's all nice and tensioned and put it onto the light board. So once I've done that, I'm going to obviously put the light board on. The purposes of the light board is to pump that colour up so you can see what you're doing, and this is quite a nice one because this is what we call a partially diamond painting, because obviously the top is near enough, all this section here is not painted, and then obviously down here a little bit is. So obviously once I've done that and I've got all my clips ready, the next thing that I'm going to do is obviously check what colours I need. So obviously in here I'm going to be starting on this section here, so I can see that I've got 1, F, D, 4. So obviously once I've done that, what I will then do is kit up the tray. So obviously I put the symbol number and obviously the painting that I'm working on, because I work on an awfully a lot of paintings, and we then have F bus, and we also have the 4 with the bus there as well. So once I've done that, I'm going to look through my colours. So I want to, obviously we've got 1, 2, 3 right the way down to F at the end. So it does, if you look on your chart there, it does actually, you know, sometimes it's symbols, sometimes it's numbers, like so. So obviously I can see in the painting here that we've got number 1. So the first thing that I'm going to do is obviously take off number 1, and then if you just get your scissors and then just go like that, it will bring the drills to the bottom of the pack. So once I've done that, I'm going to take that off, and then I know that obviously we've only got a little bit of one, so I'm not going to take them all out, but just enough that we need. Okay, so once we've done that, the next step, oh look, I can see number F, so we're going to then get F, which is number 12, and that one will be right down at the back of the thing here. I only get out the ones that I'm working on, because obviously you don't want to take out too many, and again, just give it a little bit of tap. I'll take the jewels down to the bottom, and then obviously we can put the F there. Obviously for that one I might just tip them all out, because eventually what will happen is they'll go into a little tray, very similar to these, and then obviously later down the line I'll show you how to do that. So once we've done that, I can then see that we've got the letter D. So D, again we're going to go down our little list here and see which one is D. So D is number 11, which would be this one here. Okay, so obviously cut that out. I'm not going to show you this every video, but obviously just to kick start it, that is what we're going to do in this session here today. So that's that one. Obviously the painting will be coming to the channel on a Monday and a Friday, and then obviously we've got number 4, which is this one here. Now it's up to you, you can obviously kit them all up if you want, but I like to only work on the ones that I'm working on at the moment. So put that one in here. I suspect this is going to be a lovely short painting. I can't see it taking too long, but we're going to do this twice a week, and then obviously we will introduce a new painting. So we work on one painting and then we introduce a new painting. So once I've done that, the next step is I need to pull this back. So obviously what I tend to do is I get a little piece of wax here, and then I stick it under here onto the top of there, and then just rest it on the other part of the cellophane. And then the next part I'm going to tap, this is called clay or wax, however you want to call it. Basically you just put it into the end of your pen and it makes it easier for the drills to pick up. So obviously now that we're going to work on this section here, you basically, to diamond paint, what you do is you get your pen and it picks it up like that, and then obviously you push it there, because all this is sticky. So all the ones that you see all the symbols on is sticky, and that's basically what makes it stick. So yeah, basically, ideally, I would normally work in a block section, and I'll go into a little bit later in a different video, or maybe when we get to the bus, I'll show you what a block section is. Basically, it's basically where you work in blocks, but obviously because this is a funny, unusual shape, we can't actually do that. So we're having to just do what we want. Now, as you can see with diamond painting, when you've got a consistent or a consistent colour, you will see that, as you can see as I'm moving along, I'm picking up the speed a bit. And I suspect that this is a little tree. Now obviously, also with diamond painting, if you have completed the section and you can see no more of this colour that you're working on, and you've got leftover drills, do not panic. It's not because you've missed one out. They always provide spare, because these things are very tiny, and obviously you can lose them. They'll ping off everywhere. So, and obviously with these pens, you can get them on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description, but you turn it on and it acts as like a little light for it. Now obviously I'm working in natural daylight, so I wouldn't tend to use that. I only tend to use it in like an evening. So yeah, and then basically you just work your way on. Now some people like to do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit in there. I used to actually start off doing that, and now I sort of go in a block section, because when you work in a block section, you see more of the picture come to life. So it's quite nice. And obviously it's so satisfying, you know, doing each one of these. I was going to do the Rhino, but then this came out, and this comes from a shop called The Works, and you have to be quick because they don't last very long. They have such a big changeover. So what happens is they bring out some paintings, and then you may not see them again. For example, the wolf painting, they do wolf paintings, they do sunflowers. I'm not seeing them on there, so they do change them over quite quickly. So what my advice would be to you, get them while the stock lasts, because they do have new stock that comes in. I tend to do every painting that's out here, that you know, that's in the works. The only one I haven't bought is this very evil looking cat. It's all white, and just the facial expression of it looks very like evil looking, like it's gonna pounce on you. But obviously this channel is a pre-recorded channel, so I have no current plans to bring this live. So it will be pre-recorded. So that, I mean, later down the line I may choose to do live videos on this, but for the time being, yeah. And also what I'm going to be doing on this channel, because this channel is basically aimed at diamond paintings only, but I will be doing Amazon unboxings, the Works unboxings of any company that I buy diamond paintings from. I will be doing you know, unboxings of them. So as you can see, we've got an F there now, and that's going to break up the colour a bit. So yeah, but yeah, obviously another thing what I like is, obviously once you get going and you see more of the picture come to life, you will see that you want to do it more and more, and you struggle to put the pen down. So I've just put a black in there because we've got some of that cropping up. So yeah, you do see more of the picture come to life there. So it's really, really lovely to work with. So we'll do this till about 12:30 if the camera will let me. but you can see how quick it paints on, because obviously when you've got a consistent colour, you will find that you speed along. What you're aiming for is obviously, as you can see here, if I was to put the drill here, and I've done that deliberately, you can see you've got half of the symbol showing. The idea is that you put it all over the symbol just to cover that number. So once you put it over the 4, you're not seeing the back of that 4. But yeah, I'm quite new to partial paintings because I tend to work on a lot of paintings that are all drilled. This painting is what we call a partial drill, a partial painting, because this part here is not painted and that part is. So yeah, it'd be interesting. As I say, I'm not really a lover of partial paintings, but this one, it's London. It really, you know, I love London, so it's one of my favourite places. So, and plus obviously it's quite a famous town, so yeah. So obviously with diamond painting, I'll be working on, my standard size is 30 times 40. That's my standard ones that I go for. But now obviously be very careful with this because they're very, very similar, so always don't get too carried away. I will be working on, you know, 30 times 40, 75 times 50, you know, 100. We'll work it up and up and up as best we can. So I'm just gonna, if you think you've gone over, painted it wrong, you can always just drag it off slightly and then push it back, and that way you can, you know, see that. This one here that I'm working on is a 30 times 30, so it's quite a lovely colour, this. I really like this colour. With diamond painting also, it's very therapeutic, so it's very calming, it's relaxing, it's, you know, it bypasses, you know, say like, I don't know, you're waiting for a cab, or, you know, you're stuck in traffic or something, you know, if you get yourself a light board in the car, perhaps you can do it in the car if you've got like a flat down headrest thing, because on our trains we have like a little table thing that flips down from the back of the seat, so I tend to, I mean, I personally wouldn't paint on the train because everyone would be looking at like, what the hell is he doing? But just an idea. And I also do quite a lot of off-camera projects. I'm currently working on a big flower, and that's one of my off-camera projects, and I work in that in the garden. It's always lovely to sit in the garden, nice you know, drink and paint along, listening to the birds, listening to the traffic. You know, it's, as I said, there's a story to this. I was very kindly introduced to diamond painting from a fellow YouTuber, and I thought, she was like, give it a go, see what you think. And I was like, this really isn't for me. And I thought, do you know what, I'll buy one and see how I get on. And I've never ever put the pen down, I've never looked back, I've never, you know, thought this is not for me. I just keep ordering and ordering and ordering with them. The thing is, with a lot of diamond painters out there who do this and specialise in them, they will tell you that once you order one, you can't stop ordering. And as I said, when you normally order online, especially with Amazon, you'll put something in the checkout and then it will come up with something, oh, this one you may like, and then you click on that, and yeah, it's quite lovely actually. Now obviously this part here, as you can see, you've got like a square gap and a square gap and a square gap. That's a negative for me, because I don't like that. I would personally just, you know, but it is what it is. It's going to be quite a nice painting actually. I really like the way they've left this, you know, not painted. I mean, it stands the picture out. So, yeah. So as I said, this will be coming to the channel on a Monday and a Friday for now. The plan of action is to do a... Whoops, sorry about that belch there. Involuntary movement. That means that I can't control that. It just happens. Yeah, the plan of action is to obviously do a different painting each day. But to do that, I do need to get quite a lot of, you know, storage rack things, because also with diamond painting, what you can get yourself is one of these. And what happens with this is you put the drills in the tray, and then obviously, as you can see, you've got little segments here where you can put them in. This is currently the flower canvas one. So for me to do that, and what it allows me to do is obviously keep the drills all set up. I don't have to pack them away. But for obviously this one, we don't currently have a available storage rack for it. One of my paintings, so obviously when I get more of them, if I can get 7, then I've got 1 for each day of the week, you know. Actually, sorry, 5, because I don't film on a weekend. That's like my chilling period. But yeah, it's... One of my diamond paintings is literally 4 symbols long. So basically... Sorry about that. My phone is telling me something about terms and conditions for Apple. Yeah, so basically, one of my paintings, before we get interrupted again, is 4 symbols long. So obviously, it's only got 4 different colour changes in it, which is quite interesting. So yeah, it's... What I will also be doing is obviously, I'm looking at about 30 minutes a session. So I'm looking to do about 30 minutes on, you know, each session. Or I may do, you know, like an hour. Just depends, because as I said, the more you paint, the more you want to carry on. So it's lovely. And as I said, this is a lovely, lovely colour. It's like a, I would say like an apricot sort of peach colour. Or James and the Giant Peach, if you've ever watched that, about a boy that goes inside a giant peach and finds, I think it's, he finds a friend worm, a friend spider, can't remember the rest, a caterpillar I think, not Heimlich from Bug Life. Heimlich is quite a funny character, but oh gosh, it's been such a long time. But there's 2 different versions to that. There's a cartoon version and there's like a puppetry version. I much prefer the puppetry version. So yeah. As you can see, it really starts to take shape now. Oops. It's just very calming, you know. If you, I don't know, if you've been out for the day, you've been shopping, especially for me, if I've been out all day, the first thing that I do is I come in, have a cup of tea and just have that chill period. Or what I tend to do is come in, sometimes I'll have that, or I'll come in and, you know, set this up and do this for an hour while drinking my tea. And yeah, it's quite calming, therapeutic, relaxing, calming, you know. So yeah, I've bought every painting in the works so far, apart from this evil looking cat. There's 2 cats on there at the moment. There's a lovely, gorgeous, like sort of purpley sort of lilac background and with a cat on it, and then there's this solid white one and that is the only painting that I've not bought. And I was debating on whether to buy it, and I was like, nah, that is definitely not for me. But the chances are you'll see me buy every single painting that they offer in there. Having said that, I haven't bought the elephant and I haven't bought the owl. The problem is with the elephant is it's a lot of colours in it, and for me, I like to do a natural elephant, you know, like the grey elephants, the African wild elephants. So if that was all grey like a normal elephant colour would be, then I would do it. But yeah, it's not for me. It's far too many colours on it. I do have some paintings that I work on. That is, because if you check out my other channel, which is World of Mike, you'll see that I do some on there. And some of them are like a different colour every single block. And that can slow it up. But when, as I said, when you've got a consistent colour, you do find that you know, it goes much faster. So yeah, I'm doing time. Yeah, 10 minutes left. So we'll do it about 30 minutes a session, because I think we've done quite a lot in this, so that's quite nice. And as I said, each drill that goes on is so satisfying. It really is lovely. Oh, we've got a different colour there, look. So as you can see, they've accidentally put a red colour in that. That's obviously from a different drill pack. Sometimes in your drill packs, you will need to check them, because you may find that sometimes they've put like a red in there or like a yellow where there's been a mistake. I wonder how they all put them in there, because obviously it can't be machined, because they'll, you know, it would go everywhere. But what I'd love to do is go on a diamond painting tour of a factory and see exactly how they're made. You know, how they put the adhesive on there, how they pack them, how they, because I do understand that there's a computer system that you get the image. Some of the companies that I'm collaborated with, Victoria's Moon, One Day Saving, they will do customs. So basically you send them a photo and they say, if you say it's 50 times 30, they may say, oh, it's a little bit stretched, so they may downgrade it. But they must put it in, they obviously get the picture, but I assume there's a system, a computer system that tells them what colour would be best for that picture. Or maybe there's some that sits there and physically chooses each colour, or matches it up, or designs it. Must be a fun little job to have. I wouldn't mind doing that. But yeah, I've got quite a nice one taken over from this one. So, yeah. So Friday's video, I'm going to leave you a... I'll probably show you how I do the kitting up thing in the boxes. But the week after that, we're going to introduce a Wednesday one as well. So the Wednesday one, eventually the idea is you get a different painting every day. And I did do that once, and it really wore me out. Because your mind, I think obviously with diamond painting, your mind does need a break from doing the same painting. So that's why it's quite nice to do that. But yeah, it's really, really lovely. So this is obviously some sort of autumn tree, because we've got another one over here. So that's really gorgeous. Oops. So obviously there'll be people walking through here, from what I can see on the picture. But I like these ones because they're nice and short. Like, they're very short paintings to work on. So this painting, I will put the link in the description so you guys can buy it if you want, or if you've got a local shop, you can actually go in there as well. You can, they're only like £4. They're really, really cheap, and they're such a decent price. So yeah, it's beautiful. And what I'll try and do is I'll theme it each month. So like, I don't know, animals one month, you know, London the next month, or something like that. I mean, obviously that's not set in stone yet, because, you know, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this, because obviously I want to do a different painting each day, but obviously I don't want to overwork myself, if you get me. Because there was a time I did diamond painting every day on my other channel, World of Mike, and I wore myself out. I was literally, I nearly chucked them all away, because I just thought, right, that's really killed me now. I've just had enough. And then I sort of took this massive break away from doing it, and then I gradually got back into it. I think it's good for your mind to have a different, you know, refresh every day, or do it like every so often. But yeah, it's okay, so we're coming up to half time, so we'll finish this line off, and then what I do is I don't turn the light off unless obviously I think there's a colour issue that's been put down wrong, or it's the end of the painting. I do obviously urge you to get these, you know, to get the diamond boards, painting boards. They're lovely to work with. I've got this new thing coming. It's like a black mesh stand thing, because obviously these can go on brackets as well, that holds the board up, but I like to work flat bedded, which is where I put it on the unit and just work like that. But yeah, it's quite good. Okay, so that's quite a good stopping point, because here we've got a lamp post. So what I might do is, for the next session, I want to try and finish off this tree. If we get the tree finished, and then obviously, as you can see, it then goes into the bus and the lamp post. So if we get down to about there and fill that up, then we can merge it out, you know. And I'll show you how to do, actually I'll show you now. What I do also as well is with my painting, so that I know how far I want to go, and I don't, you know, do it too much. But I do markers, so I do, where I want to finish that block, I'll do a marker. Obviously I haven't got this colour kitted up yet, but the marker would end near enough the end of this section here. But I hope you like that little painting. It's been a lovely, lovely painting, this one. So let's turn it off and see what it looks like. Here we go. Oh wow, that is very, very vibrant. Yeah, you've got a lovely mix there. You've got a little bit of rhubarb sort of custard. Oh my gosh. You've got a little bit of rhubarb pink there. You've got browns, blacks. This lovely peach colour is gorgeous. It would be nice with the paintings if they could, you know, list like number 1 is so and so. So obviously, like over here, what they could do is put number 1 peach, number 2, and give us the colour that it is, because I'm really liking that peach colour. But as I said, obviously, also when you're finished, it's very important that you put this cellophane back over, because obviously it sticks and keeps it not sticking to that. I have had cases where I've accidentally put a piece of paper on it, and getting it off is a nightmare. You have to try and get wet wipes to remove it. So yeah, always make sure you flip that back so that you don't get stuff stuck to it. That has been the, I'm going to say, I mean, it's obviously based in London, but I'm just going to call it a bust painting. And then obviously up in the background here, you can see the little picture that it's working on. I think that would be really nice in a black frame. But yeah, we'll see you next on Friday, where we do a little bit more of the section and yeah, move this along. I think it'll be, it's hard to say at the moment, but I can't see this lasting more than 4 weeks. I mean, take your time on paintings. Don't, you know, with me, I like to last it, because once I've finished that painting, the enjoyment of doing it is gone because you finished it. So with me, I really like to last it out. So hope you like that. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. If you want to be notified of all the videos I do, tap the bell notification and you can be notified as and when a video goes up. Have a lovely day, guys, and we'll see you on Friday. Take care. Bye bye.